Dan Willis here, and we're talking about the TrueAccord Collection Agency and specifically 4 consumer tips when you're dealing with TrueAccord collections. Now, first and foremost, you want to request account validation on your debt. This is your right granted by the FDCPA, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and you need to make this request in writing and using certified mail. That way you'll have some evidence of your request. TrueAccord is required by law to respond to your account validation request by providing you with the evidence, the documents, and the paperwork that proves, yes, this is your account, and yes, they own the collection rights on it. If they do not validate your debt, then you're no longer legally responsible for payment. Moreover, they're supposed to contact all 3 of the credit bureaus to have them remove that collection item from your credit report because that collection listing is damaging and dragging down your credit score. Now, this second step is actually looking at the legal time window or the statute of limitations. Now, if your account is validated, you're going to have those documents and that paperwork. You need to review it. And inside there, you want to look for your date of delinquency. You see, for the vast majority of types of consumer debt, from medical debt, credit cards, loans, cars, you name it, for the vast majority of consumer debt, you're only legally responsible for a specific number of years. Typically, this is 7 years. However, please investigate your local listings because that law does vary from state to state. The few exceptions are defaulted student loans. That's one of the very few exceptions to the statute of limitations. The big point here is you're not legally responsible for payment forever. And one of the sneakiest tactics the debt collection industry uses is to re-age consumer accounts. This way they can continue to contact you for payment. They can also continue to mess up your credit worthiness and your credit score and your credit reports. Now, this third step is to actually negotiate a settlement agreement with TrueAccord. You're going to talk with them directly, and here's 2 big things you need to keep in mind here is first and foremost, never, ever, ever pay the full amount. If they're contacting you about $1,000 debt, you can typically settle your account for anywhere as low as 10% up to about 40% of the debt. So if you have a $1,000 debt, you may be able to settle it for just 30% or $300. But please, don't just pay. If you just pay, all that's going to do is change the status of the collection item on your credit report to a paid collection. A paid collection is not a good credit building item, and FICO, the company that actually calculates your credit score, says a collection on your credit report can damage your score by up to 100 points. So you must get TrueAccord to agree that in exchange for your payment, they'll stop reporting your account information to all 3 of the credit bureaus. This way we can get that collection listing off of your credit report. Now, this 4th and final step is how we're going to actually remove that collection listing from your credit report. Excuse me. We are going to utilize and deploy more of your rights as a consumer under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. This legislation entitles you and every consumer to dispute and challenge any item on your credit report. So we're going to need to dispute all 3 of the major credit bureaus to have them investigate and potentially remove this TrueAccord collection from your credit report because that's what's damaging your credit score. Here's the key. You can file your dispute online, over the phone, or by mail. Once they find your dispute valid, the credit bureaus, they're going to conduct an investigation where they contact TrueAccord and ask for verification of your account. According to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, if your account is not verified, then by law, the credit bureaus must remove that listing from your credit report. And as per your settlement agreement with TrueAccord, when the credit bureaus investigate, your account's not going to be verified, and thus it's going to have to be removed from your credit report. This is Dan Willis. We're going to include a link in the description below over to an article at our website for the full story of dealing with TrueAccord, we also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. Please have a wonderful day and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.